Hey everyone, welcome to our last big topic in biology. We'll be using this topic for the next 2.5 weeks or so, but we're going to be talking about ecology, biomes, energy flow, and all types of things about how organisms are interacting with each other in the environment that they live in. Let's first talk about what even is ecology. So, ecology is the scientific study of interactions among organisms, so two different organisms like the dragonfly and the frog, and between organisms and their environment or surroundings. So between this frog and the water, this frog and that little rock with some moss on it. But anything that is the study of organisms interacting with each other or their environment or surroundings is ecology. If you want to go study ecology, you might become an ecologist. How do we study it? There are several different ways that we can go about studying ecology. The first is shown here. This is observation. So you can see a scientist there is using a trail cam, which is going to take a picture when an animal moves by and therefore going to be able to observe that animal interacting with maybe other animals or with its environment. That's observation. Experimentation can take place too. This scientist was learning about algae growth in different materials. So the control group, if you think back to the first couple weeks of school, would have been just plain water. This is algae and vinegar, laundry soap, and fertilizer. So you could see what kills algae. Laundry soap does. And then modeling is basically when scientists take some data that they've obtained from the world and they put it into a diagram or some sort of model to help other people understand what's going on there. So this could be showing the population of different organisms that live in that one particular given area. When we're studying ecology, we've got to talk about some different levels of organization within ecology. So you start at individual organisms, then all of the organisms of that same type in a certain area are a population. Communities include other organisms. Ecosystems include biotic and abiotic, living and non living things. Biomes are different types of places where organisms live. And then the biosphere is all of Earth. Let's take a closer look. So I'm going to use Dory from Finding Nemo here as an example of organization in ecology. So the organism is here. That's just one individual fish. All of the same type of organisms in the world is a species. This is a population. That's all of those same type of fish that live in one given area. This is a coral reef community, so you can notice that includes many different organisms. It includes coral, which is a type of animal. It includes many different fish and maybe some algae and plants could be there as well. Most likely also bacteria, but all those living things in that coral reef area are going to be considered the community. Um, Ecosystem is going to be if you include both the living and non-living things. So here you see Dory, and she's looking at the goggles that say P Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. And that is a non-living thing. There's also a rock there, which is a non-living thing, and water there, which is non-living thing. So the ecosystem includes both living and non-living things. A biome is a group of ecosystems that all have the same climate and mostly the same types of communities. So, if you think about the marine biome, that's going to include many different types of saltwater fish and species. So, that could take place in one certain area of the world, but also could be spread in different parts around the world. And then the biosphere is every single place on Earth where things live, from the deepest oceans up in the air where birds and bees and butterflies fly, is considered the biosphere. Biosphere is where all living things exist. So far, we only know of one biosphere, which is Earth, but if we found life on other planets, we could say that those are separate biospheres. Thank you so much for listening.